This video is brought to you by G2A.com. Check out the link in the description for cheap games. Yo, what's up guys, Jack here, and today we've got some very interesting news and updates for The Division. I wanted to share with you stuff relating to the free updates, incursions, and of course the big DLC that's coming very soon. Massive actually recently did a stream with all this stuff in. Also, I'll be revealing the winners of the Division competition that I ran last week. We had 10 copies in total to give away thanks to Alienware, so look out for that later on in the video if you were one of the lucky ones. Now, if you're like me, you've gone through the main story missions of The Division and you feel like you've already had your fun and your fill of the game, and of course the Dark Zone. Now, I'm sure that there are plenty of people who are still grinding away in the Dark Zone and having fun there, and that's great, but for a lot of people, something new's needed, and hopefully we're going to be getting that soon in the form of our first incursion. It's part of a free update coming on April 12th and it's called Falcon Lost. It takes place in an all-new underground area and has you attacking a base set up by the Last Man Battalion. What's interesting about this is that the developers were keen to not give away too much information on the stream, as there are apparently lots of different mechanics involved in completing the incursion that they don't want to spoil for the players and they don't want them to know about just yet, and that sounds very interesting. Variety is exactly what the game needs. They did show off a small amount of gameplay though, which had you in a large open space trying to survive 15 waves of enemies whilst taking out an APC. This of course being the vehicle that's been seen in the previous trailer, I guess. According to the devs, there are multiple ways to take out the APC, but shooting it is not one of them. So maybe there's going to be pickups around like rocket launchers, maybe C4 grenade launchers, only time will tell. We also saw new enemy types in the stream in the form of drones. They can of course fly over all the cover and have a different element of verticality to them that hasn't really been in any of the enemies in the game so far. Hopefully this is just one new enemy type of many coming in the future. Again, I'd love to see a bit more variation with the bad guys there. The developers were also keen to stress that the entire incursion requires 4 strong players working together. It sounds like you're going to have to mix up your loadouts and form strategies to stand a chance of completing the incursion. It's supposed to be like the hardest thing in the game. All in all, it sounds a bit like a raid from Destiny, especially considering that there will also be 2 difficulties. Hard is the normal level and then challenging is the one above. Massive actually said that it took their best game testers multiple days playing solidly to complete the challenging raid. I have a feeling that no doubt it will be hard, but there are some good and keen players around that will definitely complete it a lot faster than that. If you're feeling really brave, you can even use matchmaking with it to find some friends to do the incursion with. And I have to say, by the sounds of it, I'm glad that finally we're getting some actual mechanics to taking down enemies, and it's a real shame that there wasn't any of that in the actual main game. I felt like it was really lacking there. I am very interested to give this a try when it comes out, but there is a recommended and a required gear level to take part in the hard and challenging incursions. What is this gear level, you say? Well, it's a new system being introduced with the new patch. Currently, with each piece of gear you have, it's got a level next to it, say level 29 or level 30. Once you reach max level though, you'll now see a gear level instead. What then happens is your gear level from each item is taken and combined give you an overall gear level. You can then use this to see how you stack up against other players and to see if you've got enough grunt to take on the incursion. The hard mode of the incursion recommends gear level 150, which equates to around level 31. Oh, and did I mention that the incursion has absolutely no checkpoints? If you all die, you're going to wipe and you'll have to start it all from the beginning. Oh god, the pain. It's going to be interesting to see how many times my group dies on this occasion. So if you complete this incredibly hard incursion, what do you get from it? Well, you can expect some very good loot apparently, and what's great is that you can replay it as many times as you want, but you'll always get some sort of a weekly bonus for the first time that you do it in that week. One of the new items you'll now get dropped are gear sets, or at least you can be dropped part of a gear set. And to elaborate on that, gear sets are 4 pieces of gear that you find and equip, and when you combine them all together, you'll get a talent that's not currently in the game. They're powerful and each one is useful for something different. In fact, there's one specific gear set for the Dark Zone, but the talents they give you are being kept pretty secret. What's interesting is that you can't get all pieces of the gear from just one place. You'll need to play the Incursion, head to the Dark Zone as well as doing the normal challenge and dailies. These gear sets will be really important to helping you complete the Incursion, especially on challenging difficulty. There were 4 new gear sets revealed too: Sentry's Call, Striker's Battle Gear, Path of the Nomad and Technician's Authority. There are now also going to be daily assignments you can do in the game. Think of these much like bounties, just little things that you can do reasonably easy to gain some Phoenix credits. The Dark Zone won't be going untouched either. There will now be supply drops happening each hour in the Dark Zone, and this is really cool. These supply drops will provide the group who gets to them first with really good loot, but beware, when they drop in, everyone is going to want a piece of them, providing that they're close enough, because the drop location is going to be random. Also, they're going to be protected by pretty high level mobs, AI enemies, so this isn't going to be an easy task. Once one group has got to the supply drop though, because it's dropped in from the sky, it's already uncontaminated, and as such the players will instantly keep that loot and won't need to extract it like they do with anything else from the Dark Zone. If you die after getting it, you aren't going to lose it. And finally, with this new patch, a much requested feature, you're now going to be able to trade certain items with group members. Specifically, if you're in a group with 3 friends and one of you gets a loot drop that was simply no use to you, but maybe a friend in your group wants it, well, now you can trade with them. However, it's only between group members who were there at the time, and you'll need to head to the Dark Zone gate to drop the item to ensure that no other players jump in and steal it. You don't need to do it straight away, but you've got up to 2 hours from when it's dropped to trade it. Overall, some very interesting changes here, and they do sound very exciting for someone who's kind of stopped playing the game for now. We're going to get our first chance to try out the game's Incursion, and hopefully there's going to be multiple added down the line. The question is though, is it enough to keep players busy? We shall see. Wrapping things up now, the winners of the Division giveaway. So thank you to everyone that entered. We had like 50,000 entries in total, which was insane. 10 people were chosen at random to win a copy of the Division on PC, and they were as follows: Mickey's, Jordan Brett Adams, Jordan Jacobson, Marius, Mouse Notice, Jonas Lundquist, Artemis Arrow 2795, Luke Stewart, Corey T. Brown and Alice Goddick. Probably completely butchered some of your names and online aliases there, but I'm just going to go with it. But I do have your details, so congratulations to you all, and I'll be in touch via email to send you your codes. As always, thank you for watching, guys. You're all amazing. Let me know your thoughts down in the comments below on the upcoming Division content. Give me a thumbs up if you enjoyed the video. That would be awesome. A thumbs down if you didn't, and I'll see you in the next one.